and welcome back to Couples Drive, where married couples share their stories and journeys from when they met, courted, got married, and beyond. I'm your host, Atuboyan. Today we're going to continue from where we left off with Edem and Pamela. This is part 2 of my ride with them. Take a look.
You gotta tell the story from the beginning.
From the beginning. Okay. Well, do you want to tell the story?
She thought I was some type of player or something like that.
Did I?
Yeah, she used to tell me that a lot.
The adjustment period was not as bad as I thought.
So far, I would say, marriage has been pretty good. I don't have much to complain about.
Edem, what is one thing that Pam did during your courting, stages that, or maybe since you guys met, that really sort of confirmed your, perception or your opinion of her, like this is going to be a good girl to really, want to make my wife in the future?
That's easy. She threw me a surprise birthday party with my siblings there. I had no clue.
When was this?
It was
not too long after we met.
Oh, okay. Oh, so during the school days?
Yeah, this was like back in school. I think what happened with that situation is when we had met, I think the following year, his bros, we had found out that his birthday was coming up. And I thought it would be nice. I'm like he said, a lot of the guys would come over anyway to eat at my apartment in school. A lot of the bros will come, a lot of the girls will come. So I thought, I'm like, let's throw him something. That would be very nice to, throw him. Because at that point, he became like part of the group. So I said, oh, that would be very nice for us to throw him a birthday party.
Edem, so was that a trigger for you?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I guess I started seeing it in a different light also at that time, because nobody has ever done something like that for me before. For her to take the time and the effort and the money at that time, being a college student, to throw a surprise party for me, it was just unexpected. Right. So it just showed how, caring and giving she was.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything that you found about Edem that you did not know before? And you want to kill him or strangle him sometimes?
Oh my God.
You know what? Edem. Is there anything
that I want to kill him?
Yeah. Something that you wish he could change?
What do I wish he could change?
Apart from
the volume thing, right?
Of course.
That's a tough one. Because, Edem is very, thank God, he's the type of person, or maybe we both are just like that, where when I'm really up here, as in when I'm mad, he's very calm. And vice versa, right? Which I grew up seeing, that's how my parents were. It's like you both can be that mad at the same time, because then what is it, you're not going to resolve anything. So in that aspect, thank God we're both like that. As far as what do I tell you that you do that makes me crazy? Because I can't think of anything at the moment.
Does he leave stuff around, throw things around a lot?
No, he doesn't. And sometimes
tap water.
Oh, but that's not like the end of it. So one thing, right, that I don't, so we both grew up with our parents, having their own place, like owning a home, right? I'm very much into let's save money, right? You don't need to have the lights on if you don't need to. You don't need to sleep with the TV on if you don't need to. You don't need to leave water on if you don't need to. Now, I'm married to a guy who When he brushes his teeth, the water has to be on. When he does the dishes, the water is like, and it drives me crazy. I'm like, you're wasting money. And Adam is like, what are you talking about? He's like, what are you talking about? I mean, how much can that really affect us? And I'm like, dude, are you serious? You know, that drives me crazy. It doesn't make me want to kill him, but it drives me crazy because I'm like, why don't you understand where I'm coming from? You know, oh man, that drives me crazy. Because I'm thinking when the bill comes, in my mind, I'm like, oh man, this bill is going to be really bad this month. You know, and he's like, you'll be fine. Or like he would just, one thing about Edem, right? Sometimes when I'm like, like he drives me, and he'll just turn and look at you and shake his head and just walk away. He won't say one word. I'm like, I'm talking to you. Say something. You know, this is not the time for you to be quiet. He'd be like, what do you want me to say? You know, so sometimes that makes me want to kill him. Like, what? I'm like, what do you mean? What do I want you to say? Say something.
Edem, what about you?
Well, you know my pet peeves.
Which is?
Like,
Say it.
no, okay, so let's say we're about to eat, right?
Mm-hmm.
I take my plate.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly how much I want to eat. So I'll take that much. But no, she'll let me add some more to it. Or she'll take her plate. She's not going to finish hers. Then she wants to push her food on me. I hate that.
Wait, the fact that she doesn't even finish hers?
Hers,
or?
yes. That she doesn't finish hers. And now she
What's
wants
the
me to
saying?
finish.
My eyes look.
Your eyes are bigger than your stomach.
Yeah.
You know? And because, like, when I grew up, like, you always took enough that you can finish, right?
Finish, right.
So you don't be greedy and take and waste food. So stuff like that. Or like, I'll tell her I ate. You sure you ate? Yes. Are you sure you don't want anything? I could make you. I'm like, I ate. I'm fine. I'm like, that drives me crazy.
But that's how I grew up, you know, like.
Well,
Yeah,
could it be because she's just trying to make sure that you are really okay?
But if I'm telling you I'm okay, like I'm a grown man, like
That you know, he's like, I'm a grown man, Pam. I told you
I'm
I did it.
you know, she knows, like when I'm hungry, like you know. So when I'm telling you I'm full, like I'm
He's
full.
like, take my word for it. I'm full. Stop asking
You know,
me.
and this happens every day, and I keep telling.
Oh,
her,
and the
like,
cleaning
stop.
stuff too, right?
What?
The cleaning.
Oh my god.
What is it?
Man. She's like Mrs. Lysol or Windex or whatever. Like every little nook and cranny, like every day. Like, oh, you need to sweep this, you need to clean that. Like, we just cleaned it yesterday. Like, can you leave it alone? Like, she's such a neat freak. I mean, sometimes it's a good thing, but sometimes it's crazy. And I think she's on the border of the craziness of that. And
I remember when we went to Greece and wanted to clean.
How
do you guys, keep your finances? How do you manage your finances?
So we have a joint account where our, I guess, wages from work goes into the joint account. Then we also have our own, each other have our own accounts that we used to do stuff, like if I wanted to get her something without her knowing or, vice versa. So, I mean, as far as that goes, we have a joint account together, savings account together, and whatever we make goes into that pot.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then you have a percentage going into your individual accounts?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you guys have access to each other's individual account? Or?
No.
Okay. So
everybody's entitled to privacy, even in a marriage, right?
Mm.
Not privacy in the sense of secrecy, right? Because there should be no reason why you're keeping secrets from each other. But privacy in the sense of it's healthy. It's healthy to have that little privacy, because maybe little things that you guys were able to do for each other prior to marriage, and I remember even when we were getting counsel prior to getting married, that was one thing that pastor would say, it keeps it spontaneous, where if I want to do something nice for him, it's like, oh, I know exactly what you got for me for Christmas, for example. Like I saw the bill or something like that.
Right.
Whereas if you have that separate thing or that sense of privacy, whatever it might be, you're able to do something nice where, oh, I didn't expect that. I didn't see that coming.
Right.
And I remember Pastor used to say that a lot. That it's good to also have that separate account. Yeah, because women can be very expensive, right? Women, a lot of things that we do, certain things, like even like doing your hair. If a guy gets his hair cut, as compared to a woman, like, I don't know, you braid in your hair, or whatever it is that you want to do, that price range is totally different, right? So certain things might be a little bit shocking, especially initially when you first get married. If the guy is not so much aware of that could be a little shocking to him, and I remember that was something that Pastor would say. So yeah, it's good to have that sense of like a little bit of privacy as well. So
you think marriage counseling was very helpful to you guys getting married?
Yes, absolutely.
It was?
Absolutely.
Is this something you will advise anybody getting married to?
Absolutely, I would.
Okay.
Absolutely, it's pivotal. Like, you have to.
What is one thing that you took away? If there is anything that you found, to be very profound in the course of your marriage counseling, what would that be? One lesson.
Well, one thing I took away was like, it's not everything that you have to bring your family into the marriage. There's certain things that should just be between you and your wife. Not everything you got to go back and tell your family about. Or there should be something that should be private to just the two of you that you should be able to keep to yourselves.
One thing for me that stuck with me was finances. That topic of finances, right? Because anybody that knows me knows I don't play with my money, right? You work hard for that money, you don't play with it, right? I always thought that when I get married, I'm like, my money is my money, your money is our money, right? No, just joking. But I thought that I was just gonna still do what I want with my money, and if we decide to have the bills or whatever it was gonna be, then whatever, we'll figure it out. But I was gonna keep my money, he was gonna keep his money, because I don't want nobody telling me what to do with my money, right? And then, like, through counseling, though, I learned that, which made sense at that point to me, because prior to that, I'm just like, no. I was very adamant, like, no. We're keeping that separate. But just even remembering, I remember this one man making a comment like, him and his wife used to clash so much, and they've been married for years. They used to clash so much when it came to finances. They were always fighting, and it's not just about finances. They were just always fighting, and they didn't realize that it was because underneath it all, what they were really fighting about was money, right? So once they realized that, they were able to put the money together, use it as they need for their bills, this, and then meanwhile, you're still able to have your own account.
Right.
They realized that they had a lot of peace in the marriage. And all that fighting and all that stuff stopped. And I remember, like, that was one thing that Pastor had also advised us. He didn't coerce us into doing it. But, that was a good advice that, to me, I've learned, like, in the year that we've been married, has worked for us.
Okay.
Which I never thought that it would be something that I could do.
Do you think that being a Christian has really influenced your understanding of marriage?
For me personally, yes. Just because you're not so hasty to make decisions, quick decisions. And decisions isn't like bad decisions that may affect the marriage, right? So, you know, I grew up in a Christian home where my parents are very much into church and, you know, spirituality, and I learned a lot from them. And just certain things that maybe if somebody that didn't believe in God, maybe your spouse may do something and you're like, listen, that is it, I'm out of here. As opposed to, okay, let me pray about this real quick and see where the Spirit takes me with this situation, right?
Right.
So to me, that's how I feel. I'm able to, like, let me watch my mouth. You can't just be disrespectful and say whatever you want to say. You know, you especially in the aspect of respect for me. I think the spirituality aspect of it helps me a lot, where there's certain things that I would never say to him, ever. Even if we're joking. Like, I wouldn't, certain words that I hear people or friends of mine or whoever that are in marriages, like, you know, you're joking around like, oh, you know, you're so stupid or you're so this. It's to me, and everybody's different, but to me, I have never said that. Like, I would say you're silly, but because to me, I just think it's disrespectful.
Okay.
And it's just not Christian-like to me. I can't judge anybody. So I wouldn't just say, you know. So, yeah, those are some of the little things that,
Adam, do you think the same way?
Yes, I agree with everything you said.
Yeah. What do you think are some of the things that, you know, your religion or your faith has really influenced in your marriage?
I guess being patient and, you know, listening. I grew up, just like her, I grew up in a household where we're religious and things like that. And, you know, it played a big part in my upbringing. Mm-hmm. So it's very easy to, you know, just sit back, listen, take things and think about it. You know, so it has, so far, in our marriage, I think it has played a big part. Mm-hmm. We do our best to worship together. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And things like that, so.
Yeah. So.
Do you guys think sex is overrated or sex is crucial in the marriage?
It could be overrated, I think.
Say what? Explain yourself.
What do you mean explain myself?
You think sex is overrated, Pam?
It could be, yeah. It could be, absolutely. But,
how so? What do you mean?
Like, how do I even put this? You're not gonna die without it. Maybe you guys would, but as a woman, like, sometimes there's just so much going on. You just get caught up in all that, and that is like the least of your worries, you know. So not to say that you shouldn't. Not to say like you should. What's the word I'm looking for? You shouldn't take it or deprive each other. Deprive is the word, deprivation. You shouldn't deprive it from each other, but it's not the end all be all to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be just fine. I guess you don't think so.
Edem, you disagree?
Yeah, I think it's important.
Oh, it's important, but...
Yeah, but that's not what you said.
No, it's important. I don't think it's not, like... No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying...
Can it break a marriage? The lack of it, or...
Yeah, I guess it could, but more so from the man's side than from the woman's side, I think.
You think so?
I think. That's just, I think so. Because a woman could go a lot longer without sex than a man. Well, some women. I can't speak for everyone.
You've done the research on that?
No.
All right, so you can't make a statement.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I corrected it.
Okay.
Not some women. Not all women. I can't speak for everybody, but...
Right, okay.
I mean, that's just my perception. Apparently, you don't agree.
But Adam, why do you disagree with her?
No, but I mean, that being intimate is supposed to be part of a marriage, right? It brings you guys closer together, that connection. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be something you do every day, but I think it's necessary within a marriage, to keep the joy in the marriage.
So wait, sex is what brings joy in the marriage?
No, but you know what I mean.
No, explain yourself. To keep that
So
joy.
now you know why Adam is sometimes not happy.
Is that true?
Now he indirectly confirms, so make sure you work on that. Make sure you work on
Adam,
that.
speak up. Is that true?
I didn't say anything.
You plead in the fifth? Whatever. That's what brings the joy, keeps the joy in the marriage. Okay.
What do you guys think are some of the things that you need to do? It's a must do to ensure your marriage is stable and firm and healthy.
I think we need to be a little bit more spontaneous at times. I think we become so rigid in our schedule set. We do the same type of things. Like we have the same set things we do. Like every now and then we need to change things up. Other than me come in
Routine,
routine,
yeah.
So I think that's something that
We need to work on. I agree.
Hello and welcome back. That was part 2 of my ride with Pamela and Edem. I hope you learned something from them as usual. Couples drive, we learn, we educate, and we entertain. So I hope you learned something and will use that for your own relationship. I will see you next time with another couple. Until then, let's keep love alive. Bye.